Hello there, Star Wars fans, and welcome back to another RebelScum.com video review. Today, we are reviewing the new Black Series Gaming Greats, number 7 from Republic Commando, the first of the Black Series figures from Republic Commando. 1138, also known as Boss. I'm really happy they did Boss first. Of course, at this point, Fixer and Sev have been announced, and I know a lot of people were really frustrated with the Republic Commando mold because it wasn't super game accurate. It's more Clone Wars accurate based off of the armor in the Clone Wars, which is very similar. It's not that drastically different from the Gaming Greats. Now, again, I get it. I hear the argument. This is the Gaming Greats packaging. It should be based off of how it looks in the game. However, the goal for Hasbro has always been to do more canonical, more realistic looking designs for Black Series figures, regardless if it's a Legends character or canonical character. Of course, this one's kind of a gray area because it's a character that's both Legends and canon, because while the video game Republic Commando and the subsequent novel series isn't canon, the characters themselves have appeared in canon, which is what this specific figure's looked is based off of. So, I see both arguments. Me personally, I'm just happy we got a Boss figure. Honestly, I'm just grateful that Hasbro even did Republic Commando figures at all in the Black Series. This is a set of figures that I as a fan have wanted for a very long time, and would I say it's perfect to how they were depicted in the Republic Commando video game? No, but I am still happy and satisfied with the fact that we even got them in the first place. So that's just where I'm at with it. I think the figure looks fantastic every time I see it. It just makes me happy because I've always loved the Republic Commando armor set. It's always been my favorite Clone Trooper armor set, and again, I'm just so happy that the first one that we got is Boss. I kind of expected it to be Scorch, honestly, because Hasbro kind of likes to do that, hey, we did this figure first, and we'll do that one first in the Black Series, like they did with Tebow as the first Black Series Ewok. Well, that's because the first Ewok Hasbro ever produced when they took over the license for Star Wars was Tebow. So I kind of expected Scorch to be the first one, so I'm happy they went with Boss instead. It seems Scorch is going to be the last figure to come because he's the only one who hasn't been announced, but I think it's safe to say that at some point, even though I'm being speculative here, at some point we will probably see Scorch down the line because I doubt Hasbro's going to do 3 out of the 4 and then just not do the 4th one. So, especially since the 4th one has had the most appearances in canon so far, whereas the bulk of Delta Squad, the full Delta Squad, only appeared one time in canon. Scorch made a later appearance, of course, in Season 1 of The Bad Batch. So, I think it's safe to say we'll get Scorch at some point. Hopefully it'll be in the Gaming Greats and not in the Bad Batch packaging, though, because that would be a little frustrating for those sealed collectors out there who are going to want all 4 together side by side in the box. And then you've got blue, 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 red. So hopefully, if and when we get Scorch, he'll be in the Gaming Greats packaging along with the rest of his squad. Anyway, speaking of the packaging, there of course is Boss right there. We've got some awesome side panel artwork right there. You got some of Geonosis in the background, and that's because Delta Squad's first deployment was on Geonosis. Their very first mission was to assassinate Sun Fac, a separatist higher up and a Geonosian higher up, which of course they executed him very quickly and then moved on to the rest of their mission during the Battle of Geonosis. And if you want to check out more of that, of course, you can check out here on RebelScum.com the gameplay footage that I did where I covered all of the story content of Star Wars Republic Commando for your viewing pleasure. And that's pretty much it for the packaging. Let's get to Boss. Another fun fact about 1138 here is, aside from being the leader of Delta Squad, he was also the only member of Delta Squad in the video game to be played by Tamara Morrison. All 3 of the other members were voiced by other actors of Delta Squad. And then, of course, in the Clone Wars series, they were voiced by Kenny Baker, along with the rest of the clones. Alright, and there he is, fully articulated, really awesome looking. You got that really cool orange stripe going down the center. And, you know, now that we're getting the official gaming greats Delta Squad figures, hopefully that means maybe at some point in the next couple of years on a Clone Wars box, we'll see Gregor in his Clone Commando armor. Hopefully that means maybe in the Bad Batch we'll see the white armored Clone Commandos that appeared at the end of the Season 1, or towards the end of Season 1, and maybe we'll see some of those blue stripe or light grayish blue stripe Clone Commando guards that were also at that same facility towards the end of Season 1 of the Bad Batch. But here he is. He looks awesome. He's got his backpack on. Again, it's more based off of their Clone Wars appearance versus their gaming appearance, of course, because, like I said, Hasbro tends to try to steer towards canonical designs of the characters they produce in the Black Series versus non-canonical, which is why we see him in the more Clone Wars looking armor. For comparison, the first figure we got of the Clone Commando armor in the Black Series wasn't even one of our typical commandos here. It was a special commando of Clone Force 99, also known as the Bad Batch. So here we have Hunter, which is obviously the basis for this mold. Now there are some subtle differences. Overall, the armor is very, very similar, and on screen the armor was also very similar. So the biggest differences here are they have different shoulder pads. Clearly they have different helmets as well. But other than that, it's the exact same mold. And then, of course, Boss doesn't have the knife sleeve on his left arm. I would have liked to see, as an extra accessory, however, I would have liked to see maybe a swappable hand with the vibro blade sticking out. That would have been really, really cool if they had their wrist blades as well as a swappable accessory to go with the Clone Commandos, since they have that hidden in the back of their palm. That would have been really neat to see. But I do love how they look in comparison. And then also for comparison, here is 1138 next to a regular Phase 1 clone, since typically in Republic Commando, whenever you did interact with other clone troopers, which wasn't often actually, you really only interacted with Phase 1 clone troopers. So here he is next to a regular, or a reg, as the Bad Batch referred to them. You can see their armor is very, very different. Very different. I really love the Commando armor set. It's so awesome looking. Now, he does come with his DC-17M blaster rifle. And I'm happy to report that for the first time ever, Hasbro is officially doing the sniper configuration version of it for Sev when they announced Sev very recently. So hopefully when they announce Scorch, his will be in the grenade launcher configuration, and then Fixer is going to be coming with a DC-17M regular blaster rifle configuration as well, which will be very, very cool to see all 4 of them together with their appropriate weapons in the future. He is fully articulated. Head is on a ball joint. And then, of course, they've got that ball-jointed neck joint underneath. Fully articulated shoulders. And then, of course, the shoulder pads with those new shoulder pad joints that they've been doing with clones. It's a separate piece up here, so the shoulder moves independent of it. No upper bicep, single-jointed elbows, wrists, upper waist, hips, upper thigh, single-jointed knees with the hanging over knee pad, and ankle joints. And you can get, like I said, you can get some pretty cool poses out of this guy. And there you have it, guys. There is the new RC-1138 boss figure. Again, I'm just so excited to have this. This was the figure out of the gaming greats that I've probably looking forward to the most. I'm excited to get the rest, but if this was the only one they could have produced, I would have been at least a little bit satisfied with that. Disappointed to not get the rest if that was the case, which of course it isn't because they already announced 2 more. But if I had to pick one of the 4, it definitely would have been boss for me. What about you, though? Let us know in the comments, let us know in the forums, which one is your favorite Republic Commando? And it doesn't necessarily have to be from Delta Squad. It could be any one of the several members of Omega Squad. It could be just Gregor. It could be one of the clone commandos you saw in Star Wars The Bad Batch. Let us know. Let us know in the comments, let us know in the forums who your favorite commando is and who you would love to see get a figure sometime in the future in the Black Series or even in 3 3/4 scale at some point. That's it for today, guys, so thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure you check out other rebelscum.com content. Go to the website daily for all kinds of videos, articles, and news. And make sure you go to rebelscumshop.com for all kinds of awesome and exclusive merch. And before you go, make sure you have that notification button turned on and that you're subscribed to the rebelscum.com YouTube channel so that you know when new videos and reviews like this one are up. We'll see you guys later. We'll see you another time. May the Force be with all of you, you Rebel Scum.